Howdy folks, how you going? Welcome to the brewery. Just a quick one. I'm not brewing today. I'm just doing a little bit of testing. What I'm doing, I'm actually testing my pH on my tap water, which I've done previously in the past. But I just want to revisit this, and mainly because there's a reason. There is a possibly a very good reason. Recently, after doing tasting videos on the Black Rock being a bag and a box brew and the two recent Brick Road brews, where I commented that all three of the beers were quite malt heavy and appeared to be heavier malt than I would have expected for the styles for those beers. Since after that, I've been talking to Craftman on Facebook, and he brought up pH, and his reckoning was that since he started using pH adjustments on his kit brews, so getting his water down to a normal sort of brewing level, that he has found he's reduced that heavy malt flavour that can be found in kits. Now, I didn't perceive it as twangy in those last couple of brews, but I wasn't convinced that it wasn't somewhere in that plane. So the 40s, that is the higher pH in those kit brews, because we generally don't adjust our water, is that contributing to that mouthfeel and that sort of flavour, which has taken those beers away from where they could be? It's possible. I've just checked my water. I've got a pH around 6.8. Now I don't know how that is going to react once I actually put the water into the kit tin, and how much effect that will have on the pH. That I'm going to have to check on a brew day. I was going to grab the tin and do a whole bunch of different experiments, but I've just discovered from just playing around here that it's too hard to control the small measurements that are required in this setup to make it viably worthwhile and accurate. So, just an example, I've got the pros on my pH meter here. I've just tested the tap water 6.8. I've tried to adjust the lactic in this sample to replicate where I'd take it to normally on all grain brew day, my mash water, and it dropped me down to 2.9. So considerably more than I needed. Clearly my little 1 millimeter needle here is not accurate enough. I needed to get 0.1 of a milliliter into that water to make it. Look, the reality is, if I did a litre, I could get a mil and it'd probably go a little bit closer, but it's not really going to help me come to brew day anyway. So, interestingly, on the last brew day, which I haven't dropped the video yet because it's going to need an extravaganza brew, which is the Brick Road Old Ale and the all extract red IPA, I've added the lactic to both of those into the water. Now I didn't check the pH because I hadn't thought of it at that point. I had a conversation with Craftman. I started a conversation with him probably, it might have been the day after. It wasn't long after. It was all too late by then. So I hadn't thought to actually check. So the next day that I'm actually playing with some kids, I will do that, and then check how that goes. Because realistically, I've got to do a split batch because I'm not going to be able to tell the difference between just tap water and the adjusted pH if I don't do it that way. These brews I've got in at the moment, okay, I've adjusted it and it may have an effect on the brew, but I'm not going to be able to tell what that is because I haven't got a test subject. I've just got the single brew with the lower pH. But yeah, that's where we're going. So it's a bit of a it's almost a continuation of the pHiles. It's a step up with the water chemistry, especially for kit brewers. But I think it's something that really needs to be looked at and addressed and done to see whether it does make a difference. Because I've never ever seen anybody do a comparison to see what difference it does make. So I know it makes a difference to the body and the mouthfeel of an all grain brew by adjusting your pH. So I don't see why it wouldn't do the same with a kit brew. It's just going to be a case of how much pH adjustment is built into the kits already, and whether it does make a difference. But anyway, that we will see. So guys, stick around with that one. If you've got any comments or questions, down the bottom, do you do pH adjustments? Have you done it yourself? Do you play around? Do you find any difference? Patrons of the channel, thanks you for your support. Thumbs up. It's linked down the bottom if you're interested. Subscribers, thank you. If you're interested in subscribing, hit the subscribe button down below. You don't miss any videos if you hit the notification button. It all helps the channel. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. But for now, that's Little John. I'm out of here. So until I see you in the next brew, and we brew and beer, drinking beer, talking beer. Good brewing.